How's it, guys? This is Davey FPL and welcome back to the Deadline with Davey live stream. This live stream is going to revolve around game week 1, the first game week of the 2022/23 season. As always, let me know if the audio is fine, if the video is fine. Currently, it looks like I'm talking. Our previous live stream, I went live with no audio, so hopefully it is unmuted. So let me know if the audio is looking crispy, if the video is looking crispy, and more importantly, does this suit jacket look crispy? As you guys know, for the deadline day, we're always going to bring out the suit. Now, I will say black on black looks clean, but not with the blue tie. So the F in FPL does definitely not stand for fashion tonight. So please don't take fashion advice from this account. But we're looking good. The team is looking good. Hopefully the season is going to be looking good. And hopefully you guys are doing well. First of all, let me know if you guys are locked in for game week 1. I just want to see an indication if this is going to be a stressful stream or if it's going to be a chilled, relaxed stream. I want to see what you guys are kind of thinking. But we have got the suit on today because, we have to for game week 1. I'm not going to promise that we do it every single game week. I'm not going to tell you guys that, but we might whip it out here every now and again if we have a particularly good game week. To start off the stream, I just want to say a massive thank you to all the members that have become members either before we went live or during or just in the past couple of days. I will be updating my outro for all you legends. We have Sky that became a legend for 11 months. We've got Ricky who's a new member. Welcome. Full T who's a new legend. Appreciate it, brother. Inardo is a supporter. Thank you. We have Letsole, who is also a supporter, and Will Collinson, who's been a legend for 7 months. That says, how's it, bro? So it's doing well in yourself. Well, hopefully your team is looking crispy, and we're going to have a great season. And Kid saying, looking crispy, I appreciate it. And SH saying, the video and the audio sound fine as well. So appreciate it, guys. And it says, Walker in the bench, LV. Yes, we will be going on to my team. Actually, we can start off the stream talking about my team because this is going to be my current draft. I'll be updating it if we do get any new kind of players, but I'm not going to kind of bait you guys till the last 5 minutes. So if you have elsewhere to be, I know every single content creator that makes FPL content is basically streaming. So if you guys have decided to fly with Davey Airways today, I do always appreciate it. This is your captain speaking, so hopefully it's going to be a safe flight. And as I said, it looks like most people are locked in, so the stress should be at a minimum, but maybe we get some big news that comes over on Twitter, like Perisic starting, and then we suddenly have to mash up our drafts and put him in. Connor saying, can't wait, Davey, missed you live. 100%. Actually, someone on my Discord channel said they haven't seen me in a while, so I do agree. Jade saying, love the beard. So the beard is here because we've been making so much content that I haven't had time to shave. It's been the work day, then it's been the FPL content. So now that we've got a little bit of a break, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, I will bring out the razor and I'll be looking a little bit less dodgy come game week 2, I can promise you. But we can go on to my team, and as I said, this is my current draft. We might have some changes on it. I want to kind of lock it in right now, but I'm not going to keep you guys for the last 10 minutes, and please don't leave your transfers till the last 10 minutes because the site is probably going to crash. As Lighttray saying, no turbulence today, so hopefully if you guys have your team locked in about 20 minutes before, we won't have any bad news, and I won't have to whip out the kind of this is your pilot speaking, and you won't have your team set. So let's go over my team though to start off with. You guys will notice that it's a 4-4-2 formation, and yes, I know you guys are probably roasting me about some kind of departments. I know that Walker on the bench is a little bit weird, but I'll talk to you guys through my kind of thinking behind that. So we're going to start off with Ramsdale in goal, and he links to my back four. So we've gone big at the back, but like kind of not huge at the back, and that's why Walker at that 5.0 slot is quite nice. Listen, the back four for me was untouchable. Trent, Cancelo, James, and Robbo were in basically all my drafts. I wanted these four kind of players. Perisic was slightly in there, Doherty as well, but I have some concerns about the Spurs wingbacks. And then Ramsdale, just a nice kind of 5.0. I was a little bit skeptical about going to Edison at 5.5. I thought that maybe 5 more was the max. I prefer him over someone like a Mendy or Lloris, and that's why I've gone for the Arsenal goalkeeper. Up until our first wild card, don't have to complain about fixtures at all. As long as he stays fit, the fixtures look strong for Arsenal, and the defense is also looking pretty stacked. And pre-season, they've racked up a couple clean sheets already. So in terms of the back four, I don't have to kind of talk about them, guys. You know I love a wing back in FPL. So all four of these assets offer that attacking threat, that defensive threat. And the fixtures look pretty strong for all of them, except maybe James. A little bit hit or miss here. And James is actually the reason why I actually have Walker on my bench. Because if you guys can draw like a little bit of a triangle, we have Bailey, Neto, and Walker in kind of a triangle. Walker's just going to be benched for this game because I do think West Ham will score. I think they have kind of a setup that codes well to Man City setup. They like to counter-attack. So I actually think that West Ham will score, and that's how Walker's on my bench. But then Walker will come straight back into my starting 11 from game week 2 onwards. So this is kind of just, I had money in the bank, and I wanted kind of a rotation option. And that's what you guys must please also do, is don't just look at game week 1 in isolation. Go over to a website like a Fantasy Football Fix, whatever website you guys use for team planning, and just look for the foreseeable future, because I've seen too many drafts where people are bogged down on game week 1, and come game week 2, they want to bench 3 or 2 of their starting 11 because they have bad fixtures. So please just consider the long term, not just the short term. Don't go super long term. I'm not saying go to game week 16, but kind of game week 1 to 4, I would suggest looking at. And when I did that, I did have some rotation pairs. Next week, it's a little bit kind of hard because James has Spurs at home. I might bench him if I do think Bailey and Neto will score more. But right now, I just wanted a rotation pair that will bode quite nicely. So that's why I have actually spent. And for example, if I did downgrade him to Neco Williams, who would I upgrade in my forward line? I can't see many upgrades that I would do. I don't like the 6.5. The only players that I want are the 8 mil midfielders, and Walker to Neco Williams is not going to give me that budget, unfortunately. So I do have 0.5 in the bank to start off with. I forgot to mention that. Going on to our midfield department, we have Bailey and Neto as our cheap options, rotation pairs potentially. I just think these 2 players have great fixtures to start the season off with. They seem to be pretty nailed. I think Bailey's the only one that I'm a little concerned about, but then we have that extra 0.5 if we need it. And then Salah, Martinelli have been mainstays in most of my teams. And then finally, Kane and Jesus up front, which you guys might be a little bit concerned about. I've seen some people kind of go for Haaland. I agree with that. That looks like a pretty good selection if you guys want to be a little bit more conservative. But what I would say is that I'm choosing to be a bit more maverick with my transfer, and that's why I've gone for someone like a Kane. So that's a debate that we can have a little bit later on about Kane versus Haaland. But right now I'm on Kane, and that's what we're going to go for. So if you guys have any questions, please ask them in chat. I'll be answering them throughout the stream and that sort of stuff. I did see Marcus saying, I'm at an Ed Sheeran concert with my girlfriend and she's really annoyed that I'm only thinking about my FPL team. Well, I'm pretty sure Ed Sheeran will tell you the same. I did attend one of his concerts a few years ago and it was an absolute banger. So hopefully you kind of check the team, get your team finalized, and then you can turn to her when he's singing Thinking Out Loud or something. Have like a little romantic moment there. But Marcus, thank you for watching me while you are actually at an Ed Sheeran concert. That's probably going to be a new one. If you were a content creator, you might have been able to stream from there, because I've seen some FPL streams tonight that have been from some pretty odd places. Let's just say that. But they're definitely having a better time than us here at home. So this is my current lineup, guys. There are some other drafts that I can run you guys through, but I don't know if that's going to be kind of a little bit of a waste of time. One of the formations that I have potentially looked at is getting in an 8 mil midfielder, someone like a Mason Mount, a Saka, that sort of thing. But then I'd have to downgrade Ramsdale to Ward. And I don't know about you guys, but the Ward-Iverson combination, it does not look too strong for me from a fixture point of view, and the fact that if they sign a new goalkeeper, you're going to be looking to use a transfer there. So I could understand it 100%, but I think I might be a little more comfortable with the Ramsdale. But that was something that I did take into account. And if I did, let me know if you would take out Bailey or Neto. Out of those two, who do you guys favor? Because that could be a discussion that we have a little bit later on. Otherwise, the template right now is to go with Diaz in the midfield department. So if you're looking at this draft, yes, it looks template, but it's not the template. The template is to go for Luis Diaz in that midfield department instead of Bailey or Neto. And then in your back line, you have whoever you want. You downgrade Robertson to Diaz, downgrade Robertson to Walker, whatever, so be it. But yeah, this team is looking pretty template. But if you want to go super template, I would suggest Luis Diaz in the midfield department. So Paul makes a very good point. Why am I going for... Why am I going for Iverson instead of Ward? That is true. Let me go and correct that. That was something that I've just made. I made a mistake on probably. So I do apologize for that one, guys. Let's just go to 4 mil, and then we've got Ward in here. So that's going to be the first live transfer of the deadline stream. Is going to be Ward in for Ramsdale. Not Ward in for Iverson. So yeah, I do apologize for that one. That's just because I was playing around with my team, and I actually did have the Ward the Ward Iverson combination. If you guys are going to go for both of them, I would suggest going for both Leicester options. But if you're going to go for one, I would suggest Ward. It does look like there might be some rotation there depending on how Ward is reacting to his most recent injury. Apparently he's not 100%, but if you have both of them, it doesn't matter. But if you're going to only go for one of them, I would suggest kind of going for Ward for the long term, or at least till the first kind of wild card, and then just have a starting goalkeeper. But chances are, like, you're not going to have that risk, because if you're going for someone like a Ward or an Iverson only, you probably have a 4.5 or 5 mil. So that won't be too much of a problem. I wouldn't suggest going for Ward and another 4.0 goalkeeper. But I don't think you want a Leicester double up or triple up, or you already have one anyways. So thoughts, Odegaard over Martinelli. Creativity should mostly go through Odegaard. So let's all. I like Odegaard, but I just don't think he has that FPL punch that Martinelli does. I think Odegaard's the type of guy that's going to be the assister of the assister. I would just say Martinelli for me has that bigger punch, and that's why I do prefer him. And you're also saving 0.5. Odegaard is a fantastic player. I really do like watching him, but I just think from FPL that doesn't always correlate. So that's what I'm going to say. And kids saying, David, coming with the clutch dating tips. FPL ain't ready for the season. So yeah, the dating tips come free, guys, because they're not that great. After all, I do make FPL content, so I can't say I'm the best kind of data. Abhilash saying, is Dele a bad punt for the first 3 game weeks? Dele Alli, yes. If you are talking about Dele, because I think Dele Alli is currently on his way out of Everton. So that's what I would say. I heard Pep will rotate Walker with Stones and Ake. Yeah, so he will. But currently what's happening is Laporte is out injured. So Stones or Ake have to play centre-back. So then it's going to be kind of Walker in the most secured right-back slot, I would say. But for me, it's kind of, I'm looking to probably upgrade Walker to Perisic. That's the move that I'm locking in for game week 3. Or Doherty, whoever is kind of fit. I would say bringing in one of the Spurs wingbacks. So all I want Walker for is for next week against Bournemouth. And I think he might have a good chance. It's worth buying a ticket. If he doesn't play, I can get someone off the bench, I guess, that sort of thing. Yeah, Walker and 0.5 in the bank or Perisic. So Lewis, I would say Walker, but what you can do is you can almost just preempt that move. So I could also go for a Perisic if I wanted, if I'm going to bench Walker next week. But currently I want to play him against Bournemouth away or Bournemouth at home. So that's why I have him in my starting 11. But in the future, Lewis, I'm planning to do Perisic in. So that's what my kind of thinking behind it. And also what that 0.5 allows you to do is just say maybe Bailey gets injured or Neto gets injured. You could then use that 0.5 somewhere else. And that's why I would say maybe keep Walker for now and then move on Perisic in the future. Because then you're a little bit more flexible. And that's what I like about this draft. It's very flexible, except for the caveat that I told you guys early on. The 8 million midfielder is not in this draft, and that's my current thinking. Where's the Salah t-shirt? So the Salah t-shirt is in the cupboard, and I'll bring it out when he's differential. But when he's not differential and he's going to be captained by everyone in the game, then we don't need the luck, because at the end of the day, he's got that effective ownership that's going to be rock solid. Thoughts on Neto's performances without Raul Jimenez? Honestly, I think it's going to be a little bit, it's going to dampen him a little bit from an attacking point of view. But I just think he's almost becomes more of a talisman then for Wolves. And that's why I think I like him at this price point. But for me, he's not essential. Like, a lot of people have been asking me, who should they bench, Bailey or Neto? And I've said Neto because I just feel like with Leeds, they might be a little bit more defensively assured. And Wolves always struggle. So that's why I think Bailey against Bournemouth, I think he's going to do some damage, to be honest. RM13 saying, if I had the same team but Daka and Williams over Archer and Walker, I've seen Daka start. Okay, so that's fine. That's a fine punt to go for, but I just don't know about Daka. If I'm honest with you, I don't think they have the fixtures for me to really be super swayed by Leicester, and that's what I'm saying. So Champ Boy is saying, what are the advantages for the Legend members? So we can run through this, but don't want to repeat it because I feel bad always announcing or shouting out the promo. But the Legends members get a shout out at the end of my videos. I'm going to redo my outro to include all the Legends names. And then obviously you guys get the team selections. No, the deadline streams won't be only for Legends. The team selections won't be for Legends. It's just, let's just say on Sunday night, I choose to do Kane to Haaland. I will then announce it for the Legends just to kind of avoid kind of people copying my team too much, and it gives me another form of monetization. So that's what the biggest thing about the Legend is. Then obviously in the Discord channel, you have your own Legends chat, which I've been talking to a lot of the Legends today over on that Discord chat. So had some disagreements, had a lot of agreements, and we've had some Kind of people saying that my drop doesn't look as good. No, only joking. But yeah, it looks fine. But that's what the thing about the legend is. And if you have any more questions, you can ask it in chat, and I'll try to answer it. Start Walker over Neto. So currently, Ali, I just think that West Ham score. So I don't want to double up, put all my eggs in one basket. Whereas I think Neto and Bailey have a good chance of actually doing quite well this week. So that's why I'm going for Walker on my bench, but I want him next week. I can understand if you guys want to downgrade him to Neco Williams, then you have extra money in the bank. But I just don't know if I'll use that, to be honest. So that's why I'm currently going with what I have. I got Kulusevski for Martinelli. So, Dino, that looks like a nice move, to be honest. Out of those fixtures, I would say Kulusevski looks massive for game week 1. There might be some concerns after that with Richarlison in that right wing back or the right wing solution. He might be in there knocking on the window to start. I know in preseason he was playing quite a lot. So, yeah. So, that's what I've kind of said. Neto versus Aronson, same price. Aronson looks good, not sure. I said that's like a 50-50 to me. I'm just a little bit concerned about how that translates into the Prem, because I think it is Aronson's first Prem season. So that's what I would suggest maybe just looking out for. But I do think the Leeds fixtures actually look quite strong. He's a nice little punt to go for, but I'm currently going with Neto. I'm hoping there's not too much between them, but he does look like a baller, to be honest. In the preseason, I think he got like a hat-trick of assists in the one preseason game, which looks pretty strong. Are you gonna move Kane to Haaland? Asks Amir. Yes, I will be moving Kane to Haaland. Probably about 70% of time. 70% chance. I will be moving him to Haaland. I think if you guys look at it, I'm almost certain that Kane scores against. I think Kane scores against Southampton on the weekend. Whereas with Haaland, I don't know. Yes, he has a great fixture and it's locking in a transfer, but because I've kind of gone template, I want to be a little bit more aggressive with that transfer, and that's why I'm going for it. What are the steps to become a member? So if you guys go to the bottom of the stream, you know where the subscribe button usually is? You guys can just click on join, or what you can do is go back to one of my videos, my last 2 videos. There's a link in the description that says how to become a member or legend. You click on that and it'll take you to a page. Some people have been having problems with location, so you guys can use a VPN and then you can change your IP address to whatever country you want. And then you can just sign up from there. But that's the steps to become a legend. Once you're a legend, you link your Discord to your YouTube. So in Discord, there's an integration tab. And then once you've linked your YouTube to your Discord, you'll get access to those channels. Or you can just look out for the community posts, because I can also actually make posts on YouTube for only members and that sort of thing. And then I can just upload it there. Marco, Dave, you're going to win FPL this season. The chances of that happening are very slim. That's all that I'll say, but hopefully we can. That'll be a nice little boost to the channel if we manage to win FPL, I think. Last number became a member for 5 months. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Haaland in game week 2. Oh yeah, David. So that's my current plan to captain him. And the thing I'm thinking about it is that I kind of think that because I'm willing to captain Haaland, I can spend that transfer on him. It's a little bit, the number crunching is a bit hectic on Haaland versus Kane. I do agree with you. For me, it's kind of 50-50, but in my own opinion, it's like 60-40 towards Kane, just because I'm not planning to use that extra transfer anytime soon. But you guys know what happens in FPL. I mean, Salah could get injured next week, but then I guess we take Salah to De Bruyne, that sort of thing. But yeah. Is this your actual team? Yeah, it's my actual team. It's on my FPL. I'll refresh it later on if you guys don't believe me. But yeah, this is my current team. What I'll also go and do is I'll check Twitter a little bit later on to just see if there is any news. I doubt we'll be getting any, but maybe we get some early Arsenal news, that sort of thing. I'll make sure that I'll let you guys know about that one. Optimus Prime saying, opinions on Joelinton. I won't lie to you, I was actually looking at a Newcastle cheaper midfielder. You guys know I was all over Bruno G earlier on. I just thought in that current setup might not be as attacking as I would like him to be. So I've gone a little bit soft on him, but I think Joelinton looks like a nice little punt to go for. I think if you guys want to go for it 100%, I think that he will play for Newcastle. Seems like he's going to be in a very nice attacking position. But yeah, it's a wait and see for me. And when we have all these options like a Bailey and a Neto, I'm not willing to stretch there because the fixtures aren't that great for too long. Whereas like Bailey comes in quite cheap and I can just rotate him at 5 mil. Will you only be posting in the Discord on the members tab for the Legends too? I'll be posting it only in the Legends tab on Discord. And if I make posts, it'll be only for Legends. So the supporters and the members, that's like a supporter tab. You guys get access to Discord, that sort of thing, and badges. But the Legends, I'm only using it for like that, the team reveals kind of on that front. So Hill, thank you for becoming a legend. I do appreciate it. RM has become a legend for 9 months. Man, I just want to reach 12 months of legend fast, lol. Why Archer? Aren't you worried that his price might drop to the managers making the move? So I was worried about Greenwood with him. So not Greenwood from United, Greenwood from Leeds. I'm worried about his ownership because that is currently about like 23%. Whereas Archer, it's around 7%. I do actually think that Archer has a chance of starting for Aston Villa sometimes. I think more likely, let's be real, he's going to come off the bench. Maybe if they're losing or that sort of thing. But he just signed a new 5-year contract today. So I'm pretty sure he's in Stevie G's plans and that sort of thing. Do you consider Cucurella? So Naked Fish, I did consider Cucurella, but currently it looks like he might play left centre back, which I'm not too fond of. I think when Chilwell's back, it makes Chilwell a better option because that left centre back could be fulfilled by Cucurella instead of maybe some other rotation. And Alonso might be leaving to Barca, so we don't know what's going to happen there. But currently, I'm off it. Last number, you missed my super chat. Thank you for the reminder. I do apologize. Last number saying Haaland, Robbo, Bailey, or Nunes, Mount, City Diaz. Haaland, Robbo, Bailey, or Nunes, Mount. I prefer Haaland, Robbo, and Bailey, to be honest, last number, just because you're going to have that captaincy option next week. So I would go with the first option. Abishlek, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for becoming a legend. Gary became a member. Thank you, guys. What do you think of Podence? I think Neto's probably as far as I would go to in terms of the Wolves assets, but I do think Podence has potential. I owned him a couple of seasons ago. He was a nice little enabler, but I just think I only want one of the Wolves attackers. I'm not willing to double up as they're not the most high-scoring team, but I agree with you guys that could be great. Champ Boy saying I can't get the Legends Discord, so just comment and I'll help you guys out. But just remember that you guys are going to be getting the deadline team today. So if you're having some problems with the access, don't worry because you guys can sign up tomorrow or Sunday, that sort of thing. Because remember, the deadline streams, if I make moves in the deadline stream, I'm not gonna not show you guys. So you'll be getting this team 100%. And then if you're having any access in problems, just DM me on Twitter, DM me on Discord, or just message the Discord channel and I'll help you guys out. Travis also became a legend, so thank you a lot. I do appreciate all your guys' support. And as I said, the membership and that sort of thing is only appreciated. You guys don't have to do it. Same with like donations. All the content's going to be free. That usually is. I'm just not going to always announce my transfers like I did over on Twitter last season. Clyde with 150 Rand. Damn, we're going big tonight. Clyde, thank you for the donation. My team is now identical to yours. Okay, I've Darwin, Digne, Zinchenko, and Saar over your James, Archer, and Ramsdale. Anyways, all the best, Davey. Blackstapper77. Thank you. I reviewed your team in the team review, so I do appreciate that, Clyde. Thank you for the donation. You didn't ask a question, you just put your team. So I can only assume that you just want to showcase that. Go with your own gut, 100%. I like those differentials. I think Darwin Nunes could be a nice little alternative. But job, thank you, Clyde. I do always appreciate the donations. And have a good weekend and a great season. Burku became a legend. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Is Nathan Patterson nailed and a better attacking threat than Neko? I actually do like Patterson, to be honest. I think if I was to go with one of those cheaper options, I might actually consider going with Patterson. The reason for that is that Everton have some very nice fixtures coming up. Game week 1, no, but you probably won't play him then. But I think I would like to know that he's a bit more nailed than he currently is. But I would say that I actually do like him. I think it's a very close call between those two. And it just depends on what you want to go for. But I would say that Patterson, I might actually have gone for him if I went for a cheaper defender, to be honest. That's what I'll say. SH saying, will members be able to see your final team before the deadlines? So, guys, if I do a deadline stream, everyone will be able to see it. It's just if I make transfers during the week before or after a team selection. If I make it before the team selection, obviously I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to say like, listen, this is how the team is looking. I made this transfer on Sunday, but I won't be announcing to everyone like I did it on Sunday. I'll be announcing the team selection. So that's why it reduces the amount of copying a little bit. But what I like the Legends setup is that we can have a little bit more of a debate. And I think a lot of the Legends aren't necessarily just there to copy the team, Gary, is this the final lineup? Currently it is with about 30 minutes to go. But if we do get some news, potentially, then I will make changes. But I can't really see myself going too different. I came into the stream with this team because I knew that I was set on it and I could answer all your guys' questions and help you guys with your teams. So it'll take quite a bit for me to sway off that. So yeah, Gary, if you have to go do something else, if you want to watch one of the other many FPL content creators, I do understand. And you can always come back and ask questions or just check up before the deadline. Tsepo saying, what's good, Dave? I changed up the team, but I think that's a good setup. Very nice, Tsepo. Hopefully you have a great season there, brother. Rafa and Reza, hello, Master Dave. Nice to see you guys back. Hopefully you've had a safe preseason and you're ready to get back into the FPL side of things. Sterling versus Mount. If you have the money, Sterling, but I think that Mount offers a bit more flexibility in your overall team. So I would probably say that. Holy Butter saying Darwin may not start. So that's the only concern, Clyde, that I would probably say is that Klopp today said that Darwin is fit, but that doesn't mean that he'll start, which does worry me. If I tell you guys my prediction, I would say Firmino probably starts up front. So I would say maybe go for a Diaz and then switch later on. So that's the only thing I would probably say, Clyde, but I don't know if you're still here. Stronger Bodies, thank you for becoming a legend. I do appreciate it. Peter, just with a £1 donation with no... Oh, you retracted your message. So Peter, just try and comment it. You don't have to donate again. And I'll try and get to it. And hopefully I don't miss it. Togo became a legend. Christian became a legend. Thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Rough Razor saying, chill. That's good. Hopefully it's had a nice. And Kylo GG with another legend. Do appreciate it. Siddharth became a legend for 6 months. So the big 6 month off a year. Would you use Walk over the next 3 weeks? If so, who would you bench? Bailey and Neto have good fixtures. So Siddharth, I'll go through my lineup now. So currently the plan is next week, potentially James. I know that might sound a little bit dodgy, but let's just face it. Neto and Bailey aren't the most kind of reliable option. So let's just say that we think Bailey will get benched next week. We can just drop him to the bench. But currently it's James next week. Then the rotation becomes a bit easier. Game week 3, it's not too great. We might have to bench one of Bailey or Neto with a better fixture. But then from then on, I think Bailey doesn't have great fixtures and Neto has good fixtures. So we can rotate it as it kind of comes around. I'm not too worried about that rotation because I think that Walker outperforms some of these other assets. And if he doesn't start, I'm just hoping he doesn't come off the bench then. But yeah, it's a little bit of a weird one. Like, we don't exactly know what's going to happen, but I'm fine with that. Thought on Chris Wood at 6 mil, a bit punty perhaps. Yeah, Peter, I don't think I would go there. I think that I might just translate that 6 mil to a midfielder or defender rather. I don't think Chris Wood will play too many. I think that if you want to go for an option like that, go for Callum Wilson. Or a little bit cheaper, Ivan Toney. Kylo GG, I don't know if I've shouted you out for becoming a legend, but I do always appreciate it. Then we have... Lix, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but you also became a legend. Thank you very much. The Luke Guy 7 saying, doesn't Ramsdale block triple Arsenal? Yeah, but with Martinelli and Jesus, I don't think I'm going to triple up on them. It's the same thing when people said that Cancelo and Walker blocks the triple up on Man City or the double up on Man City attack. Right now, I can't even fit 8 mil kind of option in my attack, so I'm not thinking about that. And I'm really doing Haaland in game week 2, so I probably won't be that modular to other setups right now. What about Sancho? Sancho's an interesting one, but I want to see how United kind of set up. I had a lot of faith in United over preseason, but it seems to have kind of dwindled now. There's talks about potential dressing room problems and that sort of thing. But yeah. So Clyde says he knows that Darwin may not start, but he'll start regularly soon and off the bench. Okay, 100% Clyde, I do agree with you that at least you've considered it. How to become a legend, AJ? There's a link in the description of my previous 2 videos, or where the subscribe button usually is, you just say join, or just go to my channel page and there should be a join function there. My mini OCD is getting triggered seeing all the Liverpool boys on one side. I apologize. I'm just a chill. Okay, RM13. I'll try and rearrange it for you later on, but that might be a bit rough. Bruno G versus Bailey. For the start of the season, I prefer Bailey. I just think he has the highest ceiling. He has the potential to go nuclear, whereas Bruno G, I do worry about his more defensive midfielder slot. But if you are a Newcastle fan, maybe you can comment and say that. Cheers from Norway, Davy Haaland. I can understand why you're going for that, but yeah, next week I'm going for it. AR saying walk on the bench, too expensive. So don't think about it as walk on the bench. Think of it as like almost like a Bailey on my bench, because that's just a 0.5 upgrade on the 4.5 midfielders. So basically I have extra money in my bank and I've just chosen to rather get a better bench option than the others. So that's the current thinking on it. So yes, I do know that Neco Williams is formal, but I'm going to rotate him with Bailey and Neto and that sort of thing. So think of it more as a midfielder 4.5. So it's only a 0.5 upgrade. Thoughts on Grealish? Marius, I do like him. I just worry about some potential minutes, to be honest. That's my only thing about him that I'm a bit worried about. Thoughts on going top heavy with Haaland and Kane? As long as you have Salah, then it's fine. I think the threemium with Ward and Iverson is a lot more sensible now. But as I said, I never like going super premium on my like 3 premiums. I like to go for 2 and rotate the captaincy. I just think that you get better value in your team for that. Kylo saying, good luck, brother. Hoping for that Theory Stumpy, like 100%. We got Sprite tonight, but hopefully the Theory Stumpies make their return. I have Rare such Perisic versus Ramsdale such Walker. Thoughts? So, if you're fine with Perisic not starting this week, I'm fine with that. What I would say is that you have to then consider Luke, who you're going to bench, because if I had Perisic, I would be starting him this week. So then either Bailey or Neto's on the bench. This isn't the biggest concern in the world, but that is just something to consider. I think Perisic is fine. I want to bring him in game week 3. I just want to assess how they're doing, because if he doesn't start against Southampton and doesn't do well, then he has Chelsea, which might not be that great. So that's my current thinking behind those two. That's why I'm on Ramsdale Walker at the current moment. Jamie, is this your final team? Currently it is, unless we get some more news. Rafa knows how much is in the bank? 0.5 in the bank. The magic number. It was actually trending, I think. David saying, thanks for putting a detailed reasoning. Are you considering any price increases to start pumping up the team value? Not right now. Right now, I'm just kind of assessing the team for what it is. I'm not worrying about price values too much. Cami, is the Legends content via Discord or YouTube or both? It's going to be both, because I know some people don't want to get Discord. So I will be posting it to my YouTube posts as well. Probably about 10 minutes before the deadlines usually, or whenever I make a transfer. FBall code, please. That is true. I have not sent the code. Let me go get that. Arnardo upgraded his membership to a legend. So I think you were a member supporter for a short amount of time. Do you think Perisic will play? I don't think he'll play this game, but I think he'll play in the future. So it's fine to keep him, but just consider that. Tsepo, you switched Mount for Bailey. What's the thought process behind that? I wanted James in defense. If I go without James, then I can afford Mount. What about Gucci? Gucci is not reliable, unfortunately. That's one of my main concerns is. Tyler Footy Guy saying, hopefully another top season, Davey. I'm hoping so as well. G-Ball saying, how's it managed to sneak away from the party? Managed to lock in your team before the servers crash. G-Ball, that's what I like to hear. At least you're going to be locked in with that one. Okay, let me give you guys the code for the league. I do apologize. I'm very bad with some of the admin, but I'm going to post the league in the chat that you guys can access it. Okay, there. I posted it 3 times. So if you guys want to join the Davey versus the Ward League, go and sign up now, because it might get a little bit rough towards the end of the stream if you're locking in your team. Apparently Ward is injured. Yeah, I do know that. Between Ward and Iverson, as I've mentioned, I would go with Ward if you guys only have one 4.0, but if you guys are both 4.0s, you don't have to worry, because you have 2 Leicester goalkeepers anyway. But I think I prefer Ward long term. Who's the best replacement for Neto on the same price bracket? I like Arison at that price point, or you go cheaper with Bailey. How do you become a legend for the whole season? It gives options for per month only on clicking join. So I think what it does is it automatically renews. But legends could kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it auto renews for you. How can I upgrade member to legend? SH. Someone posted it in the Discord channel. I think you have to go to memberships or something on your settings, and then it gives you an option to upgrade. But maybe someone could just comment how they did it in chat. I don't like the Wolves player. It's a little bit of a sticky one, but currently I think I'm stuck on him. Cammy, thank you for becoming a legend. Tony H, thank you for becoming a legend. Do appreciate it. Jamie, do you have an Instagram? I don't have an Instagram. Discord invalid invite. So let me go and get you guys an invite. Just let me know if I disconnect, because sometimes it goes a little bit sideways. Dominic saying, you probably said this about 100 times. No worries. But why Kane over Haaland? So currently, my consideration is that I think that my current team is a little bit template. Just check that link, guys. Just tell me if that link works for the Discord. Otherwise, we can give you guys a new link. So currently between Kane and Haaland is, I feel like my team is a little bit template. Right now, I don't plan to use a transfer next week, so I want to be a bit more aggressive. And my current thinking is that I think Harry Kane definitely scores against Southampton, whereas in that Haaland, there might be some question marks. And also, there's a little bit of sense, I'm in my back of my mind, I'm kind of just want to see how City's set up. I'm just worried that like Haaland plays West Ham and then for some reason he gets benched or something against Bournemouth next week. I don't know. Let's Solo saying upgrade his membership to Legend. So I do appreciate that. Thank you for upgrading your membership. Daryl saying that works. Thank you. No worries. So if you guys want to join the Discord, you can using that link. It's a free. You guys have many free channels, and then we have 1 or 2 for the members and the supporters. Not for the members, the legends and the supporters. Clyde saying, how did you manage 22nd in your first season? So Clyde, I didn't manage 22nd in my first season. I had 2 seasons before that. So the first season, I think I started around game week 10. That was my first season, not too great. But my second season, I think I finished around 60k. Then that's the first season I started YouTube, I finished 22nd. So yeah, that was, I mean, I kind of, every season that goes by, I understand how ridiculous it was, because in the moment, you don't really think about it. But now I'm like, how did I finish there? Devin, okay, I'm not going to repeat what Devin said, but he's enjoying himself at the current moment. So Devin, hopefully you're having a good time, and don't let it affect your FBall transfers, please. What's your plans until game week 10? Unkit, I don't know if you even have a plan of life till game week 10, but currently it's to either bring in Perisic come game week 3, definitely Kane to Haaland for game week 2, then we'll see how it goes from there. Jutaro became a legend. Thank you. All the regulars becoming legends. It's nice to see, guys. Joan Feynman saying, why not Digne over Walker? Bench Neto to play Digne. I'm currently fine with playing Neto, and I want Walker next week. So that's my current thinking. And I don't even, because Bournemouth can't like defend, I don't think they're going to attack. Or I think they're just going to be all out attack. So let me post. Actually, no. I'm just going to pin. I'm just going to pin the league code for you guys. So just check the pinned message. That's going to be the league code. Then if you guys need the Discord code, I'll just send it again. How controversial is no Jesus? So Dylan, it is quite controversial because he is owned by about 75% of the game. If you have Saka, I'd understand it, but I'd have one of Saka or Jesus. I don't want you to like stop playing FPL because you don't own Jesus and he does well. That's what I would say. Are there going to be any changes to your team because of an exam and I will not follow the next half an hour? So right now, I can't promise you there's going to be no changes, but right now this is going to be my team. If we do get any kind of big team news, like maybe Jesus or Martin doesn't start, then we might switch it out. But right now, on no news, we're looking good. Is Walker nailed? He's not nailed, but I do think he has maybe about a 70 to 80% chance of playing a fixture, and that's what I'm going to be going with. But yeah, he's not nailed, but I think he has enough nailed ability for me. Send the Discord, please. Okay, I'll send you the Discord. Here we go. No, I don't want that. Edison or Ramsdale? I'm a bit sticky over the 5.5 goalkeeper right now, but I'd say if you have a lot of money to splash, I'm fine with Edison, but otherwise I might not go for him. I just think that I want a bit more flexibility of my department. Like if you want to, let's just say you want to get in a Man City midfielder come game week 4 or 5. If I've done Walker and Haaland, Walker out to Perisic, Haaland in for Kane, then I can make that switch with a -4, something like that. Neto or Digne? I would say Digne, to be honest, Tony. I need to upgrade my GK from Raya to Ramsdale. That could be quite an upgrade, but yeah. Jojorian Law saying, need a new Salah shirt this season. That one's getting a little bit old, but I don't even know if we can. Let's Solo, how do you change your membership to a Legends, asking SH? So any of you guys that upgraded your memberships from a member to Legend, supporter to Legend, can you just post how you did it? Because SH is just looking, and I honestly don't know how. Sanchez versus Ramsdale. Depends on your price structure. I would say if you have that extra 0.5, go for Ramsdale. But if you can make a significant upgrade elsewhere, then I like the Sanchez Ward rotation pair, to be honest. Magical Man 18 says, what's up? I'm new. What's up? I'm Davey. Nice to see you new in the channel. Hopefully you enjoy your stay. And hopefully you have a great season. If you are going to be back in the channel, hopefully it's going to be an enjoyable watch. But yeah, it's going to be good. Champ Boy saying, hey, I'm a Legends member. Champ Boy, welcome. Thank you for becoming a legend. And I actually do like the naming that we've done. You know, like Legend Supporter Member. Neto or Bailey? For game week 1, Bailey, but for long term, Neto. Why is Walker not starting? I just think that West Ham score, and Walker isn't the most attacking player, but I want him for next week. I want him for next week's Bournemouth game. I want as many kind of options to have. Let's sort of saying click on See Perks under the video and it'll take you to a page to manage your membership. So there we go. Upgrade membership via the browser, not the app. Use the settings tab in the perks section. Thank you guys for being so helpful. So thanks Letsolo and Siddharth. Pope as a GK. I actually like Pope, but I think the fixtures aren't as strong for me. Yeah, so lots of people kind of posting there. So just follow those if you want to upgrade your membership. Continue as a punt for 1 game week. I'm fine with that. I think that he will play. I just don't know. From Punt's point of view, I think it doesn't get better than Bournemouth at the current moment. So I like him as a punt for 1 game week. It's got to be Jesus Ronaldo. The FOMO would kill me if I didn't have him. Tsepo, yeah. He's one player that has surprised me. Let's just say that. I didn't think he'd be as high on the rankings. Saka and Jesus both. I like that. I think the triple Arsenal attack is ambitious, but I like it. But the double is almost essential, I feel. Last number saying any Ward Iverson new Leicester keeper news. None at the current moment, but I will check for you guys over on Twitter. And Jojo's Revenge became a supporter, so thanks a lot for that one. So let's go and check what we have. Let us... I wouldn't spend 5.5 on a keeper right now. So yeah, I think 5 more was the max that I was going for. And that's what I've done. That's why I did it. Sancho update. Apparently he was ill, but he's not ill anymore. That's what my current thinking was. Okay, let me check for you guys. I'm going to run through this quite quickly. I don't see anything. Only Ricardo Pereira's out for 6 months, but I think you guys knew that. Yeah, I don't see anything, guys, unfortunately. It looks pretty normal. Yeah, so I don't see anything here. The only thing I'm seeing is a lot of Haaland versus West Ham. That's all I'm seeing. I think what we actually should do is go... the only thing is the Haaland-Kane debate. That probably will be like quite a close one. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to check the ownership. Because I think that could actually be a consideration. And how many players do we have at the current moment? We have 7.8. Let's just round it off. 7.8 million players, which is sensational. Let's team selected by. So currently, the percentages for the strikers are as follows. 76.8% on Gabriel Jesus, which is pretty high. If you guys are going no Jesus, I admire you. Haaland comes in with a cool 43.6%, and Harry Kane with just under 30%, 29.1%. So currently, Kane is more differential than Haaland, but it's about 14% off each other. So not too much. Hopefully, not too much of a kind of threat there. But yeah, so Haaland and Kane are currently, and then Jesus is obviously hectic. So if you guys are going for any of those 3, I would have at least 2 of them probably. Did I miss anything here? Min Al became a legend, thank you. Renestar became a legend, thank you. And I think we all caught up there. The Luke guy with £2 saying, if you get injured game week 1, will you still get Haaland game week 2? If you get injured game week 1, or if he gets injured game week 1. Luke, I don't exactly understand the question. I'll do Haaland as long as he's fit, you know. That's what I'll say. John saying your team is exact same as mine, except I have Mendy over Ramsdale. That looks quite good. Why are you going Kane instead of Haaland? Just currently on the fact that I think this week This week looks a little bit better for him. I know I'm booking in a transfer, but I'm fine with that. I don't know. It's something that I think is up for debate, but you guys can let me know. Maybe what we can do is we can do a poll. Which one? Okay, there. I made a poll about those two. Lion King became a member. Thank you. Trevor's saying, how can I access the Discord chat as a legend? I have just become a legend. So what you do is if you go onto the Discord channel, there's an access page. You click on that. It gives you the description of how you link your YouTube to a Discord channel. And then once you link them, give it an hour and then it refreshes. Discord invite link broken ? It shouldn't be. Just try again on this link. Bench Neto or Bailey? Bench Neto. Sar's a goalkeeper. I do like him. I just feel at 5 more than if you don't have an Arsenal coverage, go for them. They look quite strong. Kane got more votes. So yeah, you guys can vote. If Perisic was fit, would you have him over Walker? 100%, Neil, I'd have him over Walker. That was my consideration. That was going to be the big at the back draft. I'd probably bench Neto, and I would go for him. But with all the concerns about that, it's a bit bad. If Kane scores or blanks this week, you're going to swap to Haaland next week anyways. Yeah, so Darth, I'm going to do that. It's not that isn't even a question pretty much. As long as Haaland is fit. Neto or Bruno? Neto for me at the current moment. Do you still go away from Kane if he scores a hat-trick, Dejan? I think I would, because I'm sticking to it now, but it's going to be quite tough. Todd saying everyone is sleeping on Kula for Spurs. They are, but he does become a rotation risk next week. But what I do like is if you go Kulusevski this week, you go Foden or Mahrez next week, then you go Mount or whatever. Like you do like a rotation of your 8.0 million mids. That'll be quite strong. The link in chat works, but it's different from the one in the description. Just heads up. 100%. Thank you for that. Sometimes they reset after like a week. So Robert saying you're the FPL voice of our generation. So is that the old or the younger generation? Because I think there's a couple of more established FPL content creators that probably will be the FPL voice if people had to vote. Box of footy tomorrow. So I went. They played separate times, so I watched Liverpool at 1:30 SA time, and then I watched the box at 5. So it works quite nicely. We have a nice day of sport tomorrow. Sorry, I missed the reasoning. Why walk on the bench? Andy, I think that West Ham will score. That's my only current thinking. And I just feel like I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I feel like we have some nice rotation here with the rest of the team, but currently it looks pretty set. Mount or Kulu? I'd say Mount for long-term, Alessio. I like Kulusevski this week, but not for the long term. But if you have a plan to transfer Kulusevski out next week, then I would say you can do that. Why Martinelli when Bruno has 2 better game weeks than move to Martinelli for game week 3? I just don't know about Bruno's positioning. I just don't know about his place in that kind of lineup that they're going for. Sorry, I just want to make a post here. You only have one starter playing at home. Are you concerned with that? So you can't have a starter every single week, unfortunately. But I might be a little bit concerned with it. But next week we have so many. Sorry, I just have to make these posts quickly. Okay, cool. Now we can hit into the last 7 minutes of the deadline. I think right now, guys, it's looking pretty close between Kane and Haaland, to be honest. Rashly worth the punt. I don't know. I think I might just keep the United assets off the books for now and just see how they play for the opening. Tsepo, I think the only issue without having Kane over Haaland is that I got to switch it quick after the last game on Sunday before his price rises. That is true. But the nice thing about Haaland is that he plays game week, he plays on Sunday night. So if we look at the fixtures for the upcoming game weeks, I think City play last. Yeah, so Kane plays tomorrow, and then Sunday is Man City. So they play the last game. So I don't think there's gonna be too many people changing Haaland, Kane to Haaland like super quick. But we also have 0.5 left, you know. But I just posed your question again. I might have missed it. Sorry. Best under 7 mil midfielder. I think Martinelli currently. I do like him at that price point. But I think. But besides that, if it's not Neto or Bailey, there's not many, to be honest. Will Bailey play 90? I don't think he'll play 90, but I think he'll play the majority of the game. Is this your final team? Yeah, this is my final team, guys. With 6 minutes to go, we are kind of locking it in. Best 4.5 defender. I like Ike Nori if he starts every game, but I just think there might be some rotation risk there. But I think out of those 4.5s, it's tough to kind of predict one. I think that maybe one of the Brighton assets, they have some good fixtures coming up. Otherwise, you could look at someone like a Ben White. He might be one. Who's likely to get more minutes? Archer or Leeds Greenwood? I think Greenwood will get more minutes, but I just worry about his price dropping. Thoughts on Coutinho? Amir, I said for a 1 week punt, 100%. Why Walker in your team? I want him for next week, and I can't afford like a Diaz. And also Walker provides a nice upgrade to a Perisic with 0.5 in the bank. The Luke guy, it's the pinned comment of the stream. I'll post it for you again if you want in the chat. But yeah, it's the pinned comment of the stream. Thoughts on Trips over Walker for being on free kicks? I'm fine with that, but then I'd be tempted to play Trippier this week, which I don't know. How will you get an 8 more if you get the Robbo double up? How you get 8 more in if you get the Robbo double up? I basically can't. I'm just hoping that my defenders, that's like the only thing that's a little bit of a caveat about this draft is the flexibility of the 8.0. Right now I can't get that rotation, but I think right now that's not a priority for me. Yes, if one of those kind of bang, it's 100%, but I think we have to stick with what we have for the foreseeable future. And that's one thing about game week 1 is don't base your season on game week 1. Game week 1 could be absolute garbage, but you can still make it up over 37 game weeks. AJ, can you give a shout out to my mate JB? He's watching at home. AJ says, shout out to JB. Thank you for watching. How much do you have in the bank? 0.5. You should have the leak code in your graphics. Carlo, I should. I think my graphics are pretty minimalistic. Who would you pick from the Brighton assets? Cucurella's gone, so who would your first choice be from that defense? Is Lamptey fit? He could be a nice alternative, but yeah. That's probably what I would say, Lamptey. I don't exactly know the Brighton defense at the moment. Martinelli or Saka? If you have the money, go for Saka, but if you don't, it's Martinelli. But like Saka for me is like, he could even be the best Arsenal midfielder to go for. The app will be updating, yes, so please lock your guys' teams in. My team is locked in. You guys don't have to worry about it. Carlo, I'll send me a DM and we can chat. But otherwise, I'll just add it as like a little bit of a text box. But yeah, send me a DM over on Twitter. So currently the stream is like the app is still working and the website is working. I love this team. However, you should have Walker in there. Yeah, that is true. I just think that potentially West Ham scored, so that's why I have him on my bench at the current moment. But he definitely will be coming in for the foreseeable future. Haaland captain. I think if you don't go Salah captain this week, it's a bit hectic. 5 at the back. What do you think, Josh? I'm almost going for 5 at the back, so I think it's different gravy this season. Kilman on Ait Nori. I like Ait Nori better. Who would you say is the best option for the bench? I'd say Ward. I'd go Danny Ward on my bench. Davey, why not choose Haaland? I want to be a bit different, I guess. I like going with Kane. I think he will do well against Southampton. So that's what I'm kind of going for. Why Walker over Trippier? I want him for next week in the foreseeable future. Whereas with Trippier this week, I like my starting 11. So that's why I'm fine with Walker because he could be on the bench. Nathan Patterson will start this week. Yes, yeah, he will. But hopefully for the foreseeable future, if you guys do go for him. I do like Patterson. Is Haaland injured? No, he's not injured. Good luck, Kylo, to you too, brother. Hopefully it's a good season. Why Kane over Haaland? I just want to take a punt this week. I would say if you guys want to go more template, then go for Haaland. But right now, I'm going for Kane. No, Nunes, he looked promising. Kunal, he did, but I don't know if he's actually going to play. Gabriel versus Zinchenko versus Digne, who's the better option? For the short term, Digne, but I like Gabriel out of those selections. Thoughts on Bruno G? I really was on Bruno G, but I've gone off him a bit just because I'm worried about his kind of more defensive position in midfield potentially. Change formation for Walker. Right now, I think I'm fine with this team, but if one of the other guys doesn't start, Walker can come off the bench. But my current thinking is that I want Walker for next week, so that's why I have him. Change formation for Walker. Sorry, I just read that question. Why not Son or Sterling in the midfield? You can't have them all at the end of the day, unfortunately. And I want Kane/Haaland or Salah. Who's likely to get more minutes? Greenwood will. Any team news, Ryan? Unfortunately, none at the current moment. Usually some people post it on my stream chat if we do get. Lal saying, good luck, Davey. Thank you, you too. Hopefully it's going to be a great season for all of us. Am I the only one without Kane or Haaland? That's an interesting kind of strategy to go for. Salah or Kane captain? Salah captain. Who's better between James and Trippier? James. And we are locked, guys. That is going to be the end of the first deadline. FPL is officially back. The live streams are officially back. The Green Arrows are hopefully officially back. But yeah, as most people are saying, the teams are locked in. Hopefully you guys got your teams in. Phil, he said the website looking dodgy, lock your teams in. Phil, the deadline has gone, so the website's probably looking a lot more dodgy than it was. But thanks, guys. Thank you for all the new members, the new supporters, the new legends. Thank you if you guys just joined me. I know that every content creator was basically streaming, so thank you for watching me on a Friday night. And hopefully you guys have a safe weekend. As I said, football's back, FPL's back, so hopefully the Green Arrows are as well. And I'll see you guys for more content over the weekend over on my Discord and my Twitter page. Otherwise, catch the content next week where we have our reaction to Game Week 1 and our preparations for Game Week 2. But let me sign off. It's been Davey FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.